Alex Jones, who used his massive platform and pulled out all the stops and went through great lengths to get Donald Trump into that White House, is now telling you Donald Trump's making a big mistake. My question as we watch Alex Jones fumble in his words. This guy's supposed to be anti-war, anti-globalist agenda, promoting Donald Trump, who we all know is pro-war, pro-bomb dropping, pro-defense contractors, pro-military industrial complex, pro-prison industrial complex, pro-drug war, pro-domestic terrorism, pro-international terrorism. And you think Alex Jones doesn't know what's going on? If this right here doesn't prove that Alex Jones is bought, paid for, signed, sealed, and delivered to his masters, I don't know what will. Check this out.
And the U.S. is already at war with Iran, as I said last Friday, a day into this. And of course, now Ted Cruz admitted that in an interview with Tucker Carlson that the U.S. is running all this. Trump did not know about the doubling of drone attacks.
By the way, Tucker Carlson pulled out all the stops to get you to vote for Donald Trump. Ted Cruz wanted you to vote for Donald Trump. Alex Jones wanted you to vote for Donald Trump. Social media influencers, Cat Turd, Ian Carroll, all these people use their audiences and their platforms to tell you that they were voting for pro-war, pro-Israel, pro-Zionist, pro-bomb dropping, pro-military industrial complex, pro-red flag gun confiscation law, pro-father the VAXX, pro the biggest power and wealth transfer in world history. They use their audience, they leverage their power, their voices to get you to vote for Donald Trump. When they were warned, and they knew full well that Donald Trump would do what Donald Trump is doing.
Russia that led to Putin increasing attacks, and I was right about that because I know what I'm talking about. He was involved in this, and they tried to distance it a little bit because they were thinking about some détente, and maybe the mullahs would come to the table. But sometime in the last few days, the decision was made to not let them come to the table, and that we're just going to try to have regime change. So this is a big deal, obviously.
Yep.
On so many other fronts. Now, there have been a bunch of other huge stories that have been overshadowed by this insane level of military escalation.
The insane level of military escalation that you, Alex Jones, brought in. And if the powers that shouldn't be decided that their leader for the American people, the master of the American people, the ruler of the free world, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces would be Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, they'd be doing the exact same thing because that's what they always do. It's the same playbook, the same masters, a different puppet. Alex Jones knows this, and yet he decided to play the game on the side of the puppet masters anyway. While he says he's anti-globalist, he is decidedly pro-globalist.
And one of them came out yesterday, and more's come out since then, and I did not even cover it, and it's not really getting any attention, and it's so huge. And then when you look at this story, it makes you think about all we've gone through to get Trump in. It makes it that much more painful to see what he's now doing with Iran.
All that we've gone through to get Donald Trump elected. You couldn't be more pro-war than voting for Donald Trump. Could you humiliate yourself and demoralize yourself any more by going to the slave suggestion box and putting the ticket in for a Kamala Harris or a Donald Trump? Could you? Could you? Could the writing on the wall have been any more clear? Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, pro-Peter Thiel, pro-Palantir, pro-Zionist, anti-American while they say they're going to make America great again, whatever that means. And charlatans like this are responsible for brainwashing the American people and a global audience into continuing to submit to and bow down to and participate in the left versus right paradigm lie.
And I'm not here.
Listen to what he says again.
Then when you look at this story, it makes you think about all we've gone through to get Trump in. It makes it that much more painful to see what he's now doing with Iran. And I'm not here to be an apologist for President Trump. I don't like what's happening. I don't support it.
He is absolutely here to be an apologist for Donald Trump while he gives light criticism. Your criticism actually means nothing, Alex Jones. What in the world would Donald Trump have to do to get you to decouple from him and not just criticize him, but actually disavow him like you disavow Obama? Trump has done worse than Obama. He's dropped more bombs. He's escalated more things. He's trashed the dollar more than Obama did. It took Obama 8 years to bring up the national debt, $8.6 trillion. It took Donald Trump 4 years to do $8.4 trillion. And then you add the $4 trillion backstop with the CARES Act from the Federal Reserve, and you got $12.4 trillion in 4 years, where Obama could only muster 8.3 or 8.6 trillion in 8 years. So, Alex, if you're watching this, what would Trump have to do for you to treat him like you treat Obama?
And it really shows how much control Israel has over our foreign policy.
Wait. That Israel has over our foreign policy, like enigmatic. Oh, Israel has control over our foreign policy. How about Israel has control over Trump? How about Israel had control over Biden and Harris and Obama and the Clintons? How about naming the people, Alex?
That said, with the incredible vindication coming out about the theft of the 2020 election, I mean, smoking gun information.
Theft, the 2020. Who cares if there's theft? If the choices that you have are both bought and paid for by the same puppet masters, who cares if there's dishonesty at the ballot box? No matter what ticket I put in, no matter who I vote for, every vote is a vote for the puppet masters.
From the FBI, it just reminds me that I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
What if the baby's a demon, Alex? Will you throw the bathwater and the demon out? Did you know why he said that, though, right? Because he doesn't want to lose a major part of his audience. He wants to maintain this facade of critical thinking. Hey, if he does something wrong, we're going to let you know. If he does something right, we're going to let you know. We're not telling you right now we're backing off of or not supporting President Donald J. Trump, but we are going to tell you when he does wrong, we're going to criticize him. But when the other puppet is in control, like a Biden, he's not only going to criticize him, he's not going to be in his camp, and he's definitely not going to try to get you to support him and vote for him. He's not going to use his platform and the leverage of his clout to get you to go to the voting booth for Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, but he will for Donald J. Trump, even though Donald J. Trump is owned by the same Rothschilds, Zio international banking cartel as a Biden or a Harris. This is utter hypocrisy. And this guy doesn't get a pass because he's got the knowledge of what's going on.
I am absolutely going to criticize Trump when he's wrong. And I'm going to back him when he's right. And I am going to continue to try to educate the public and his administration, so we have a big effect there.
Wow. Imagine if he said, I'm absolutely going to criticize Obama when he's wrong, and I'm going to back him when he's right.
On our policy ideas. Because we're not the Democratic Party cult where we just do whatever the establishment says. We created the movement to get Trump in, and we back him when he's doing the right thing, and we really don't back him when he's doing the wrong thing. And by backing him, I mean we criticize policies we don't like and that are so incredibly dangerous. But
wow.
as I made it clear again yesterday,
You couldn't get more hypocritical.
the U.S. is already in this war and is officially going to get into it, I would guess, Thursday evening. Right now, that's what things are lined up. Remember, I called Russia 4 months before they went into Ukraine. I said, they'll go in by late February. And they went in on February 22nd. And there was a lot of calculus went into that, but I nailed it, of course.
Yeah, you nailed it, Alex Jones, because you're not bought and paid for by the Zio International Banking Cartel. While you play the left versus right paradigm lie and deceive your audience into thinking that you're actually a freedom fighter when you're not, you're adding to the problem. You're adding gas to the tyrannical flames. Thanks for tuning into the Disturbing Illusion channel. If you feel like it's worth it, like this video, share this video, support this channel if you want. They're never anticipated when you support. We never anticipate that, but we always appreciate whatever support. If you want to support without, getting involved in the heavy taxation on this platform, there's the Cash App and the Patreon if you want to. But the best way you can support this channel is just by liking and sharing. We're always going to do this for free, and we're going to expose charlatans like this, because the best course of action is to have nothing to do with the fruitless works of darkness, but rather expose them. And that's what we aim to do. I will see you in the next video.